What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got the latest news on Jim Harbaugh and his contract extension, as it could be a done deal by the end of this week. Plus we got some more transfer portal news for Michigan, as a former 5-star cornerback has entered the transfer portal, and Michigan may be the team to beat. There's also another wide receiver transfer portal target. We also got some news on a key 2024 target and 2025 target. Plus Michigan hosted their team award show last night. Gonna be going over all that and more in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I want to start this video by talking about Jim Harbaugh and his contract extension. Came out a couple weeks ago that Michigan offered Harbaugh a 5-year contract extension with $11 million he would make annually. However, it was also said that there was some language in the contract that would prohibit Jim Harbaugh from entertaining the NFL. Now, last night, Michigan hosted their team award show, and Harbaugh said this to some of the Michigan seniors. He said, "I just want to say, I hope some of you are coming back next year." And it's obviously a pretty interesting quote, as you know, some are wondering why he would say this if he wasn't staying in Ann Arbor, but obviously he would want that if he were here or not, and he would want what's best for Michigan. But I would say it might be a hint that Harbaugh will sign his contract and remain the head coach here at Michigan. According to Chris Bayless of the Wolverine, he has said that this is contract week, and according to one involved, if Harbaugh signs his extension, then they can go into the Rose Bowl feeling great about the future. But if not, Michigan fans might have to prepare for the possibility of Harbaugh coaching in the NFL next year. But we could see the contract extension get signed by Harbaugh this week, so we just got to wait and see what happens. I'm sure there's a lot going on. Jim Harbaugh, the whole Michigan football team, preparing for Alabama in the Rose Bowl. So that's the latest on Jim Harbaugh and the contract extension. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this one. But last night he did say to the seniors that, "I just want to say, I hope some of you are coming back next year." And obviously, you know, that quote went out to some of the seniors who will still have remaining eligibility left. But now the next thing I want to talk about is the transfer portal. It's been the hot topic for a while now. And I first do want to mention the USC cornerback Domaney Jackson, as he is expected to enter the NCAA transfer portal, and this could be some huge news for Michigan. Michigan is obviously going after the Western Kentucky cornerback Upton Stout right now. However, Domaney Jackson is a former 5-star prospect and was a long-time target for Michigan in the 2022 class. For a while there, a lot thought that both Domaney Jackson and Will Johnson, who were both 5-star quarterbacks in the 2022 class, would commit to Michigan together. They were both pretty close, but they ended up going their separate ways. Now, according to Steve Lorenz of the Michigan Insider, he says that Michigan is already working on it here with Domaney Jackson. They thought there was some anticipation that Jackson was going to enter the transfer portal, and like I've mentioned, Jackson has maintained a close connection with Will Johnson. Now, some possible schools who would also be a factor in Domaney Jackson's transfer portal recruitment would be Penn State, Georgia, and Alabama possibly as well. However, many believe that Michigan would be the team to beat if they do go after Domaney Jackson, which we are expecting. So that would be absolutely huge for Michigan if they are able to land Domaney Jackson. Having him and Will Johnson in the secondary, good luck throwing the ball against this Michigan defense. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. But he's a former 5-star prospect, one of the best cornerbacks in the 2022 class, and would basically be another Will Johnson in the secondary. And then another guy I wanted to talk about was also the Tulane wide receiver transfer, Chris Brazzell II, as he is another wide receiver potential target for Michigan. Michigan is trying to get a wide receiver from the transfer portal for next season. They've already offered a scholarship to Donovan McCulley. However, he's already announced that he withdrew from the transfer portal and announced he will return to Indiana, but Michigan's also going after the Wake Forest wide receiver Jamal Banks, who is a bigger wide receiver. But Michigan, they are going and trying to land a bigger wide receiver, as Brazel is another 6'5", 195-pound wide receiver, and he would have 3 years of eligibility remaining after redshirting at Tulane in 2022 and playing in 13 games this past season. But Brazel has heard from 38 schools since entering the portal on December 4th, including Michigan. In this past season, he led his team in receptions with 44 and receiving yards with 711 receiving yards, and he also had 5 touchdowns. This season, he also had 2 100-plus yard outings against both Memphis and Florida Atlantic, so another potential wide receiver transfer portal target for Michigan. We also got news on the recruiting side of things. Michigan has received a crystal ball prediction going in their favor for the 2024 4-star edge Luggard Edope, as Bryce Marich of the Michigan Insider put one in 2 days ago. The 6'6", 230-pound edge from the state of Maryland is ranked 169th nationally on 24/7 Sports Rankings. Michigan also got a prediction in from On3 and the Wolverines, EJ Howland, as he put in an expert prediction for Michigan to land Edope as well. So it seems like Michigan will be getting a big time addition in the 2024 class, as they needed another edge. Also wanted to talk about the 2025 4-star offensive tackle Will Black from the state of Connecticut, 6'7", 295 pounds, ranked 316th nationally on 24/7 Sports Composite Rankings. And right now, Michigan has 3 crystal ball predictions going in their favor, but he has just announced that he will be announcing his commitment December 21st, which is Thursday, and looks like he will be deciding between Alabama, Penn State, Notre Dame, and Michigan. And getting Will Black would be a great start to offensive line recruiting in the 2025 class. So big news there. Also coming up here on Wednesday is early signing day for the 2024 recruits. Michigan expected to sign a lot of their commits who are already committed to Michigan, and who knows, we potentially could see some flip commitments or some recruits like Luggard Edope commit on early signing day. But nonetheless, we're going to be covering it all on this channel, so be on the lookout for a video on that on Wednesday. Michigan also hosted their team award show last night, and they named a lot of their players with all kinds of awards. Defensive players of the year were Chris Jenkins, Mike Samerstill, and Junior Colson. Defensive skill player of the year was Mike Samerstill. Offensive player of the year was Blake Corum. Offensive skill players of the year were Colston Loveland and Roman Wilson. Special teams player of the year was Caden Colser. Specialist of the year was kicker James Turner. The blue collar award went to Blake Corum, and the toughest player of the year went to Junior Colson. The award for the top offensive lineman went to Zach Zinner. Rookie of the year went to Samaj Morgan, and the most valuable player went to none other than J.J. McCarthy. When he received the award, JJ took the podium and he said, "I've never had this much fun playing this game my entire life. Let's get back to work and let the good times roll." So pretty cool there. Michigan hosted their team award show last night on Sunday night. Jim Harbaugh, he also said, this team has unfinished business, but it's obviously great to recognize all the players and this whole team on the great season that they've had so far, but there's more to accomplish. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.